Now, as you can imagine, here in Central Florida, we don't get any snow, but being a northerner, I do miss that sweater weather. Now, today I'm getting into that wintry spirit by creating these decorative mittens using craft plastic by Grafix. Now today I'm using both black and white craft plastic. I'm also using this template that I found, and it's just a simple template. I'll leave the link in the description below so that you can use the same template, but I chose this specific template because I wanted to cut out each individual section and add a different color and texture to each section of the mittens, almost like a textured patchwork. And so I'm also using some alcohol ink markers as well as some alcohol and some rubber stamps in order to create the texture. Now this is a reasonably small project, so each 12 by 12 page of craft plastic allows me to make numerous colors and textures because I don't need a lot of each color. So I'm just adding it directly onto the page using that marker, and I create the texture by either spritzing it directly with alcohol or pressing the rubber stamp onto the marker, or spritzing the rubber stamp and then pressing it into the marker, creating even more texture. Next, I'm going to cut out the base of the mittens, and here I'm using the black craft plastic. I'm just cutting out the whole design and then putting it aside. Next, I cut out each individual section of the template, and I use that to cut out all the different colors of the craft plastic. I use a different color and texture for each piece. Now once all of my pieces have been cut out, I'm going to take a piece of double tack dry adhesive film and cut it down to fit the base of the mitten. Now before I start adding my individual pieces, I first want to test them out. So before exposing that adhesive, I'm just adding each one to the base just to make sure that they fit properly and if there's anything that I need to trim. But once I'm happy with it, I will go ahead and expose that adhesive by removing the top layer of the double tack, and then I go in and add one piece, one section at a time until the mitten is completely covered. Now in order to fill in any gaps, I did add some glitter, and then I took a small hole punch and created some holes going around the mitten, as well as creating a snowflake in the center. And then I just took some embroidery floss and stitched that snowflake first, and then went around the edge and created just a simple stitch. Now I finished these up by adding some string to hang them, as well as some additional double tack dry adhesive film to the back, and then I pressed it firmly onto a piece of felt and trimmed around it just so I wouldn't have to see the stitching on the back. Now my intention was to hang these on my mantle, but you can definitely use them in other ways. You can turn them into ornaments. Instead of adding string, you can add wire. They would make a great focal for a holiday card. You can put them into a wreath. There's definitely a lot of options, and I'm really thrilled with the way they came out. Now, if you're looking for more ideas on how to use craft plastic, make sure you visit grafixarts.com. Thanks for watching.